but I'ma say what I mean. Man, the whole crew out for the cream, cause ain't no I in team. But I do overstand the SME. That means I gotta do me, so record labels don't screw me. So fuck all your foolery. That's why I stay packing my tools. And if some things go down, partner, it's you and me. You ain't no ally, and if it ain't no adversity, why you cursing me? You gon' learn. Round here we got the gun line in the Sunshine State, and I'm
to the view. We'll watch. We ready though. Welcome back. Oh, okay. I got it on the ones and twos over here though. Appreciate it. Hey, this is, first of all, it's an honor to have this show today, this afternoon, whatever time it is on your side of the moon. But shit, this is Cognac, The Way I See Things. I'm also known as Wise King Leo X, also known as Dick Whitman, also known as Leonardo No Capping for No Hoes, also known as motherfucking Juan Air Force Juan De Jesus, also known as Deacon Dingalang, and we keep it funky around here. The Way I See Things. I got my boy Benzino in this motherfucker, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Omega in this motherfucker.
He was at
Pimp Nadillac, he in the building. Romy Rome over there.
Yes,
We
sir.
about to get this shit cracking. So I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves too, because they may have a, you know what I'm saying, little extra shit like I got. So I'm gonna start off with the pimp.
Charge. Nadillac representing the city of Jacks, you know what I'm saying? And I've been putting out this pimp hop music for the last 30 years. I'm one of the originators of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm also known as a pimp named Slickback. I'm the image of the pimp named Slickback off of the Boondocks. You know what I'm saying? And as I say, 30 years later, everything get greater. You know what I'm saying? And don't nothing move but the meter. You feel what I'm saying? And we're going to put that on the charge. Keep that Nadillac in your ear. If you ain't got no pimping, what you got in you?
Shit. Go ahead, bro.
Was that everybody? It's your boy Omega the Great for St. Louis, Missouri. Stand up. Shout out to my boy Frecklevelli over there. My nigga here in the corner representing for us. Yeah, man, just coming through representing KC. I love y'all. Always been through here. So that's what it is.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
I'm just.
Well, hold on. I got you. Go ahead, Rome. Go ahead, Rome.
Everybody know what it is. KC Kinfolk, Romy Rome in the building, man. We gonna turn up in here with one of the legends of hip hop right now, man. This is a special episode, so everybody tap in and tune in, turn up, man.
Exactly, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the brother the intro because it wouldn't be right if I didn't. Boston bred and raised.
Yeah.
Coiler Ray Daddy, The Source co-founder.
Yeah.
I don't know if they heard me. The Source magazine co-founder.
Put a stamp on that.
Put a stamp on it. Put some respect on the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of hip hop's pioneers. Original made man. Almighty RSO. Creep Squad member, allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. Media mogul. Man, loving hip hop, TV personality, media producer, mogul, Ray Benzino.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Also known as Benzino to those that don't know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate the love, man, and yeah. Congratulations on you guys.
It's all love.
On what you guys are doing, man. But yeah, I'm ready. I know we got some good questions. And
hell yeah.
Conversation coming up, so man, we get right to it.
Man, and that's what we do here at the Way I See Things, WIZE ENT Studios, in conjunction with BLE Studios. We started this podcast game in the Kansas City area. Sure. I don't give a fuck who else said they did, we did. But anyway, I ain't starting no shit. We coming at you live, and it's Sunday. Some of y'all probably just got out of church. Church, like the pimp say. So we just gonna go in and talk our shit like we do every day. You know what I'm saying? So my brother is trending right now. We just gonna jump off into the shit, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Daughter Coi Leray.
Yeah, Coi Leray.
Coi Leray. Yeah, respect.
I gave her that name. I named her.
That's what's
I
up.
named my baby girl.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's how I do, man. I name my sons and
I got it tatted on me right there. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Ray, Coi, Taj, and Zeno.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's the Taj is the other.
Taj is her brother that I
Okay.
had, but with the same mom. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up, brother. So right now, the whole everybody's up in the fuse if you support R. Kelly.
Right.
Okay.
That's where we at, right?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily. See, these people take sound bites of everything.
Yeah.
It's good that I could clear everything up. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why.
And basically, it's not about supporting what R. Kelly did because what R. Kelly did was wrong.
Right.
All right. I believe having sex with minors, anything to do with minors, is wrong.
Right.
It's a crime. It's perverted, and I just think it's wrong. All right. Now, within saying that, I just pointed out that we live in a land of laws, and there are lawmakers that made the legal age limit 16.
Mm-hmm.
I just made a comment that if we're in the room, or if the lawmakers are in the room, they're all old white guys. All right, and we know when they was making the law of age consent that somebody said 14, somebody said 18, and they probably came up with 16.
In the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah, right.
Right. We also know that throughout our time, as far as entertainers, Elvis married a 14-year-old.
Facts.
Buddy Holly married a 14-year-old.
His
This is
cousin.
just going from what I've seen and from their from their stories. Roman Polanski, Woody Harrelson. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on as far as what men and them dealing with younger girls in the history of our country. Now, me personally, the first time I had sex was at 17, and the girl I had sex with was 19. So I never got into the 16, 15, 14, even when I was younger. What I like to point out to a lot of everybody out there is that, a lot of girls have sex under 16.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just the facts. It might not be what everybody wants to hear, and maybe women nowadays might not want to think about that. But a lot of girls have sex under 16 years old, and they willingly have sex.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the time, those girls are having sex with older guys. Very, very rare that you'll see somebody who's 14 years old having sex with somebody who's 14 years old.
Right.
R. Kelly grew up in Chicago, the Robert Taylor homes, one of the worst projects in the world at that time, never mind the United States.
Right.
We're talking the world, okay? Ridiculous poverty, dangerous conditions living in a...
Oh, yeah, you in Chicago.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So and a lot of guys that I've talked to, and they've said it, they said, yes, young girls all the time were out there having sex under 16.
Right.
Now, we know that the legal age in a lot of states is 16.
Yeah,
Some
still
states is 18.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we do know is this, and I want to make sure I get this out.
Okay.
Clear, all right. If we was to go about and said that if he was 18, if he was 19 years old and he had sex with someone who was 14, it's still legally wrong. He still could be locked up as a pedophile.
Right.
Okay, I just want everybody to know that. Because I think when this subject comes up, a lot of times people say, well, how, if she's 14, maybe she had sex with somebody close to her age. Now, usually close to that age would be 18, 17.
17, maybe 16.
But we know the average would probably be 23, 24, 25. We know this because of how we all grew up and what we've seen.
Yeah.
We don't want to judge. We don't like to bring up names. We live in a pick and choose society, but but reality is reality.
Yeah.
We all grew up around guys that were having sex with girls under 16 years old.
The thing about it is, we can talk about the legality of it or the morality side of it.
It's only two of them. Legalities and morality.
Yeah.
And so, hold on, because I want to finish before you get your point. Let me just finish my point. It's important. Morality, it's wrong too. But it's been going on so much, it's been the norm. So can we really talk about morality when all our lives, uncles, grandfathers, have been doing it, and we know that if we're talking jail time, half the hood would be locked up. Let's just call it what it is. If we talk in jail, which R. Kelly is serving 30 years for what he's done, then half the hood would be locked up. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're gonna put that to the side for a moment. Let's get back to R. Kelly. We're talking about a young black man that grew up who was molested himself. Yeah. A young black man that obviously we know now didn't get the education tools he deserved just to have the comprehension of an adult. We do know he's an amazing singer. We do know that a lot of white men made millions of dollars off his music from the labels. And these are all factuals. What I said was, I don't believe he should die in jail. What I said was, I don't believe he should rot in jail. What I said was, I don't believe he ever got the help. I don't believe anybody ever cared to get him the help. I believe that even after he went to jail, he's been exploited through all these documentaries and everything, and people making millions still from his name. Yeah. And all I said was, we live in a land of laws. He should pay what his crime did. I think the most he should do on that is about 10 years. He should come home and be able to get in a program and try to get his life together. Yeah. But as far as 30 years for this, I don't believe he should get that. I like to. That's just.
I think Erykah Badu spoke up on his behalf, saying that he needed more like help instead of imprisonment.
Yeah, you know. But see, that's always the answer for black men. They never want to rehabilitate us. They just put us in prison. And for 30 years for doing something that everybody's doing is outrageous. I totally agree. You know, and I like to dig in deeper because at the end of the day, who are we as public people to create the narrative, you know what I'm saying, and say that he's the poster child for something that's been going on before he was born. You know what I'm saying?
It's the beginning of time.
Yeah, and it's a slap on the wrist if you got the complexion for the protection for the collection. Oh yeah. But if you don't, then they make an example out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Bend over and get the erection.
Listen,
pause.
Listen, and the bottom line is this: it's become so common. Yeah. It's become so common in our community that it's almost like, hey, I won't say nothing if you don't. Right. And everybody stays quiet. What I want to understand is like the mothers. Usually, when you're a dad, and again, you know, I'm not the poster child for the perfect dad, but man, I think I've done pretty well based on my circumstances and how I grew up in the hood. Yeah, I think I did pretty well by my 4 kids. I have an 8-year-old that I'm still raising now.
Man, respect.
So thank you. So, you know, we all come up different as far as trying to be fathers to our children, but usually when it comes to young girls having sex and everything, that's usually a mother's thing with the daughters, and the father's usually with the sons. Yeah. Okay. The situation with Coy, all this coming out. Listen, none of this is stuff that I asked for. None of this is stuff that I'm proud of. None of this is stuff that I want to keep going through with private moments with me and my daughter on the internet. Mm-hmm. But the way I look at it is, these are the new times. Mm-hmm. This is a new generation. And it seems like this generation communicates and comprehends mostly through the internet. Absolutely. And it seems like any situation that my daughter or has any type of gripes or any types of issues with me, she either brings it on a song or towards the internet. Me, as her dad, from day one, I couldn't understand it. Still don't. From day one, I still, and I could care less what anybody on this internet thinks about me and my daughter, because nobody was around when I was raising her. Nobody was around when I was hustling the money to make sure she ate. Nobody was around when I was buying her the clothes and she was living. Nobody was around for none of that. So the opinions mean dick.
But check this out.
Zilch.
Not to cut your wisdom off, but we live in a time where everybody wants you to agree with them on everything. But people need to understand that we can disagree on something, but I still love you, and I still would like for you to come to me in private.
Listen,
about something.
I'm not here to baby nobody, and I'm not here to listen. As much as I love my daughter and all my kids, I give them whatever they want. But just like we live in a land of laws, there's a land of rules.
Yeah,
I'm the father. I have rules. I'm kind of like an old school dad.
Yeah.
I do know that when me and her mom broke up, my rules are stricter. Rules were stricter. When she stayed with me, my rules were stricter.
Yeah.
And I'm not bending on none of that for
Right.
any reason or anybody's opinion.
Right.
I'm going to stick by what I was taught, what I was raised on, you know what I'm saying, and then put my common sense and my own individualism in it. But it's all going to still stand the basics of, hey, look, you're with me. You're going to do your schoolwork. You're going to do your homework. You're not going to be cursing. You're not going to be smoking no weed. You surely ain't going to be hanging out with no boys. So this is my rules of my daughter when she's with me 4 to 5 months out the year after me and her mom broke up.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm hearing you saying is you don't condone it, but it happens more than people would like to admit.
I don't condone what? I don't condone what?
Any of the underage.
No, see, not only don't condone it, I've never done it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only don't condone it, I've never done
Right.
it.
Right.
I would never do it. So, you know, there's a now, okay.
People get thrown when you say, hey, it's happening all the time.
But it is. So, and I'm going to continue to say
true.
that. You know what I'm saying?
about
Because that's the thing that we don't, you know, just because, listen, look at, because I don't condone it, I got friends I've grew up with that have had sex with girls 15, 16. Does that mean I'm not their friends no more? No. I'm sure I got family members. I'm sure I got all kind of, that happens, man.
Yeah.
And again, nobody wants it, especially the women don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They don't want to talk about it. And then another thing that I'm tired of hearing is that, well, if she was 14, she had to be a victim. That's bullshit.
Right.
That's bullshit. If they are willingly giving up sex at 14 and 15, they are not a victim.
Yeah.
You are not being groomed. At 14, 15, you getting feelings of having sex. That's your feeling. If you didn't get it at 17 or 18 or 19, well, then okay, then we have to figure out what went wrong there. But it happens.
I understand what you're saying.
It happens so much that it's normal.
Yeah.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but under the guise of the law, they say that a 14-year-old doesn't have the mental maturity to give consent.
Then why are they always having sex? Then why the majority of women out here, especially in the hoods, are having sex? Can somebody answer that if that's the case?
Yeah.
And if they're having sex with older men,
Let's say they're having sex with 20-year-old.
a 20-year-old man.
Let's say a 15 has sex with a 20.
Yeah.
So this
20-year-old young man, does that make him an older man?
it makes him old. It makes him of age to consent.
It's still wrong.
Legally.
It's still legally and morally wrong.
Morally wrong. It is too.
Like they blurring the lines. Like the lines are getting blurred.
But like you kind of went a little bit easier on it, thinking, you know what, 20 is cool. No,
it's bad.
No, it's all wrong. It's all bad, and that's what we have to get in our head.
Okay.
Now, like again, but then saying that, you know damn well you probably, and no disrespect to nobody, if y'all ain't, then y'all know somebody who have. It's a normal thing, and I'm tired of this. Everybody acting like they don't want to talk about it because of what somebody.
Hey,
no.
It's the elephant in the room.
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 1,000.
Yeah, it is.
Because they feel like it's fear that makes people do that because they're going to be somewhat attacked. Everybody can do this, but nobody does this. You see
Listen. If these women are out, the women are the first one. He's a pedophile. You should lock him up. But then, how old was it when you was the first time you had sex? Was you a victim? Did you get raped? Okay, did you willingly give sex to a boy because you thought he was cute and he was 19, 20? So even though 40 would have been worse, it's still wrong, illegal, morally, however you look at it.
Or put it this way.
Like, what the fuck?
Put it this way, the campaign they have for the abortion deal is my body, my choice. So we got to get to the root of, is it your body? Is it your choice? Should you not listen to your parents? You know what I'm saying? Telling you that
you have to go to the government to get emancipated from your parents, but you don't got to go to the government about having sex.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What type of laws do we live in here?
Yeah.
And what type of men make it okay, the law, to say it's okay to have sex 16? What type of grown motherfucking
like
man
they play to
makes
their
it
own pleasure.
okay? So then, this is what we grew up in.
This culture.
We know our mothers and fathers and grandmothers had sex at 14 and 15.
Yeah.
They was marrying at 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Correct.
This is the shit that we don't. Nobody wants to look in the mirror. Nobody wants to talk about it. But everybody wants to send R. Kelly to jail and then hop on the trending and clicks and comment bandwagon about what somebody is. I'm so fucking tired of that, man. Bro, I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of it.
And not to mention New Hampshire. The state of New Hampshire, prior they just raised the age to 16. Look up where
in Europe it's 14 in places. Then there's no age limit in a lot of countries. Right. Like, come on, and then it's not an argument point. Well, is it right? Is it? No, it's not. Look at every woman out there that sees this or has clicked and commented against R. Kelly. I hope to God you guys didn't have sex under 16. I hope to God that none of your uncles, fathers, brothers, cousins, none of them didn't do it because they all supposed to be in jail with R. Kelly, and you are too.
There you go.
Let's be fair.
If that's the case.
Yep. If we gonna be fair.
Why the parents ain't locked up? All they want to pick up is R. Kelly.
Listen, I got guys in Chicago. I got guys in Chicago. I got guys in Chicago that said that R. Kelly used to be at some type of lunch spot, and there used to be lines of parents with young girls bringing them to R. Kelly.
That's what I think that the parents are feeding these girls to these celebrity men, or thinking you can get a come up in the industry.
But let's not. But again, let's stop taking all the responsibility. There are times where the girl just grows up 15.
Yeah.
And she's older. Hold it, please let me say this. She's older, and you coming from the gym, and you just a cute boy in the hood. She want to fuck you. All right, so now what? Now, whose fault is it then?
Right.
Whose fault does it lay on now? Because the 15-year-old want to have sex with you. Whose fault is it then?
I'm not going to even lie. It happened to me out here. A little girl tried to holler at me. I had to look at her like, I'm old enough to be your daddy. Like, no.
Right,
like,
you gotta, and I totally agree, because it has to be restraint on both sides. But if the girls are doing whatever they want to do when they with their mama, then that's a bigger issue. Because bro just said, and shout out to all the fathers. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day coming up. I'm a father. I got 2 boys, 1 stepson. The point is raising kids. It does take a village, but when the village today try to step in and help or say something, you get your hand bit by this mother who don't need your help. Don't tell me how to raise my kid, you know, and we all supposed to be in the village, right? Everybody, I mean, back in the day, it was more, you know, hands-on with the community.
There's 2 theories. Yeah. A lot of mothers ain't as strict on their daughters as dads are. And that's just what it is.
Right.
And I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
I really don't. That's just what it is. When it comes to sex and a girl going out with boys, fathers are way more stricter than what mothers are. Yeah. From what I've seen. Yeah. And from what, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I've seen too.
Unless y'all seen different, somebody tell me.
Right.
No, they wouldn't be dressing that when they left the house.
And all I can do is tell my boys to wait. Because I don't have girls. I got all boys, but they understand that what I'm telling them when I give them the talk.
Boys are different. Yeah. If a mother has no problem with their 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 putting on makeup and eyelashes, that's telling you something right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If a mother got no problem with a girl wearing short shorts at a young age, that's, I mean, there's no, I mean, where are we going to hold people accountable if it's always us getting bashed?
That's what I'm saying.
What are we really talking about?
When the village try to step in to help, you get, you know what I'm saying, ostracized. Yeah. Man, it's for sure.
But some of that, if I can speak on that, some of that do be a generational thing too, because the boomers and the X's, y'all are strict compared to us millennials. Millennials, they getting watered down, but it's the Zers that's really just everything goes. You say, everything goes.
Nothing taboo anymore.
TikTok. Y'all are terrible. Yeah. Y'all are the worst people. So it is a generational thing too.
Yeah. Anything goes. These mothers are letting these little girls do whatever they want.
Yeah, they being their friends.
It is what it is.
We need that strictness back. We do.
7, 8, 9, and on up. Man. And then you're saying like, how did she get pregnant? I'm like, I know you're kidding, right?
Hey, you know, it's crazy you said it, because check it out. Because even that, the whole culture is bleeding into the youth. Yes. They got kids nowadays got tattoos. Like when I was coming up, you had to be 18 to get one to sign yourself. I mean, you still have to be, but parents are signing for kids to get tattoos.
Listen, 1 o'clock, any young girl can ride around and listen to. That's that booty meat at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And she could be just getting out of 6th grade and listening to that shit. So, I mean,
on the radio.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
We're so disgusted with R. Kelly. So disgusted. But ain't got no problem riding in the car with your daughter listening to That's That Booty Meat.
Yeah.
She about 14 years old.
Yeah.
13. Got no problem with it.
Or listening to Sexy Red.
Critical society.
Or why?
I'm not blaming nobody artist or nothing. No. Rap what you rap, but I'm talking if we gonna be again destroying R. Kelly, then like, man, look at your fucking self and how you doing it.
Yeah, you in an uproar. It's like they pick and choose what they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so it's just but you picking and choosing what you want to be offended by. Yeah. When, like he said, if we riding around matter of fact, earlier than that, 9 o'clock in the morning, you riding to work, they playing
dropping your kid off at school.
Yeah, they playing the Booty Hole Brown, Pussy Pink, like on the radio. Right. I no shots to old girl. It ain't her fault. Like he said, it ain't her fault. It's the programmers that's programming the music,
and it's the mom. Yeah, because I'm never ever driving with my daughter listening to that. I would never. Yeah, but I know mothers that do.
Yeah.
And they think it's okay.
For sure.
And be loud and just smacking their hands and yelling and shit in public and twerking. Like, I got a little daughter looking at y'all twerking in public. Like, just stop the car and just, hey, it's lit. Yeah. I'm like, man, I got a little daughter.
On top of the car. Think like
that. Mother won't say nothing. Man. If a girl starts twerking, it's very rare you'll see a mother's like, don't you do that.
Right.
That's not right.
They'll pull their camera out.
Man, they'll
film that shit.
Put it up on Instagram. Hey, we lit.
Yeah. So now you're participating in child porn.
What are you talking about?
If you a mom, but if you sharing your daughter twerking to a bunch of men, because that's who's following you as a woman, men, but you sharing your daughter on your page, these niggas looking at her too.
There's little girls on social media with eyelashes, makeup, little bikinis on, and mama ain't saying shit.
Man.
No. See, me, I can't follow my daughter. I can't say nothing. I just can't follow her.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Man, this world is getting crazy. So shout out to my boy Algorithm. We did talk about it, but we didn't you know what I'm saying, put a microphone or a little bit on it. He says talk about R. Kelly being a victim of child abuse himself. Benzino mentioned that, but we didn't elaborate.
He's been a victim, but not just that. Growing up in the Robert Taylor homes, he's seen men with young girls his whole life.
Yeah.
So what do you want from this man? I know what they want: the money. Let's just squeeze him out.
Bleed him out.
He don't know how to read or write, but he can sing. Yeah. And let's get all these millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from him. Man. And then when we don't need him no more, because we all know that a black man, these white men who let black men have money, they just don't want to let you be great because you can't go down in history. They already did that with Martin and Malcolm. They're gonna make sure that nobody else goes down in history again. You can best believe the history books ain't gonna have nobody in it doing great shit coming up.
Hey, Eddie Griffin said it.
Gonna be.
He said Bill Cosby got a blemish on his shit. Kobe got a blemish on his shit.
Nobody leaves
Michael
the game
Jackson,
without
Michael Tyson. We can go on and on.
Prince,
on and on and on.
Hey, why Denzel had to be crooked before he took it?
Right, right.
Listen, the Denzel and Jay-Z, when you think about it, there's only a few left. They've already got Will. There's only a few left who you know is going to get it. There's going to be a scandal to get, because their thing is, again, we can let you have money. We just can't let you be a great man in history.
Right.
You
sure right. You sure right. And I like to segue to another topic, you know what I'm saying, being that you from Boston. I don't know.
The bloody bean, baby. Celtics in 5.
Okay. You answered my question.
Shout out to the Celtics, my boy JT, Jaylen Brown. Hey, we finna take it. We finna take it.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5, because JT from St. Louis. Hey, shout out to JT.
Yeah, and shout out to Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Not to be the anti over here, but
no, it's all good. Kyrie's dope and Luka's dope, but that's it.
It's good to see him where he at, because they really shitted on him early on. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you speak up for yourself and speak up for black people, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. But you know, they was able to put a muzzle on Kyrie after a little while. Like, nigga, you don't.
But he was talking about the white women.
You don't chill out
with the white women.
Kyrie had to chill out.
You know.
Yeah, Kyrie ain't the same Kyrie no more. You know, because eventually they're gonna put that muzzle on you.
Yeah.
And that's the problem right now. Yeah. They done put muzzles on everybody.
Man,
sure, they probably done did something behind the scene to to extort him.
They didn't do nothing behind the scenes. They told that nigga, you keep saying that, your ass ain't gonna be in the NBA getting these millions.
Right.
And that was
Nigga
it.
said,
And that's
okay.
how it go.
It ain't rocket science.
Okay.
And that's exactly how it goes.
Next.
We giving you the
And we dare
bag.
one of you other niggas to say something about some black shit.
and-
we
and-
dare you.
and
now get
don't.
over there and go watch Caitlin Clark and shut the fuck up.
On another note,
Yeah, go ahead,
you
Ro.
know, you are a co-founder of one of the biggest before the internet, before the blog sites. To tap into hip hop culture, you had to read the Source magazine, man.
No doubt.
So we're gonna
Proud
give
of that.
props to the Source magazine
Yes,
right now.
yes.
And everybody
Man.
that worked for them.
Get it
Everybody
out.
that worked for us and all the journalists, all the photographers, art directors, everybody that came through there, super talented people, and yeah, they all made it what it was today.
Yeah, man, you gotta get this man his flowers.
hype. You had
Five
the
mics.
5
Yeah.
mics.
16 bars, word on the street, in
Man.
the street.
Everything
Saying-
hip hop, you had to
The
tune in.
Boondocks started in our magazine. Let's not forget that. The
The
Boondocks.
Boondocks started from the
Yeah,
Source
comic,
magazine.
yeah, comic strip started right in the Source.
Word.
Yeah.
Before it ever made cartoons.
I didn't even know that until he said it on somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, man,
All I say is, don't wait till this man die to give him his flowers. He living. Give it to him now.
Exactly.
Give your nigga his
Exactly.
respect.
Yo,
Respect.
They ain't got to worry about me dying. I'm gonna be here for a minute.
There
So-
you go. There you go.
Real shit.
I'm gonna be here.
I like to get into the game instead of the gossip.
Okay.
You've been in the game for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure you got some jewels. You've been through a few things in this industry.
Man.
What would you tell somebody to not do that you've been down that path yourself and you can say, hey,
sure.
don't take this, don't take this path,
Yeah.
don't do it this way.
Yeah, man. You can't save the world. You got to, money management, and man, you really have to scrutinize on who you help out here now.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say that. It's not I'm not proud of saying that,
Everybody can't go.
but I'm a living testament of helping people, and later on in life they wouldn't give two shits about you. They would like say they don't care two dead flies about you.
Oh yeah, you ain't worth two
You
dead
ain't
flies.
worth two dead flies.
dead flies.
And it's not what you did, it's what you do, and that goes for family, friends, and pets, fish, and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you can't, man. Just self-preservation is key. I was always a team player, and being a team player, as you grow and as you go through things, you start seeing that being a team player might not have been the best way to go.
Well, I want to say this to you, and it's live. I had no idea USA 50 Cent life years ago, and then he running his mouth later. I think that's
Wow. Touch on that. You say 50 Cent's life?
Well, I mean, listen, not his life, but when he got stabbed by the situation that happened at the Hit Factory, he ran down to my studio session at the time. I didn't know, I didn't personally know Ja at the time. I didn't personally know him, and one of my guys was out there smoking cigarettes. Man, he brought him in, came downstairs. I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? And back then we had rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, we can't be getting ourselves involved with anybody's beef and this and that. But
Right.
he was there. Showed me he had got stabbed. Showed me the gun that I guess Yayo had dropped with no bullets in it. Listen, man, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling the story.
Hey, right,
You know what I'm saying? He said that he pulled the gun out, little revolver, looked like it had tape around the handle. One of them special.
Oh yeah, one of them.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And he said that
that's the murder
he said
weapon
that
all
he
the
had-
time.
He said he dropped the gun, was no bullets in it, and he was there. He didn't have any money to get himself to the hospital, so I called a car service to him, just sent him to the hospital. I'm not gonna, that's not the equivalent of me saving his life. But, I would have did it for anybody in this room.
Right.
Well, I'll be honest. Most people ain't picking up somebody that done got stabbed because they think he's going to come back and stab again. You took a chance doing that. You're a solid dude.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? That should have garnered you respect from jump. Anyway, people don't
see,
get involved.
but you can't. It's only God, man. Nobody respect from people. It would be not, but I swear I don't wake up. Of course, I want the people that I come in contact with, the humans that I contact with that day. You want everything to flow good, the energy and everything.
Right.
But as long as God is okay with me, man, like nothing else matters. And I'm not like the super religious. I believe in God faithfully, but I do know that I don't worry about who got respect, who don't. As long as you are not in my space with no bullshit, then life is good, man.
Hey, shouts out. That's real. That's real facts. Cause you ain't gotta love me or respect me, but keep your motherfucking distance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Because
that's
at the
real
end of the
talk.
day, we're not here to please anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're here to take care of our responsibilities. If you have children, they are your responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. Life isn't rocket science.
Man.
It's not a fucking a neurosurgeon type of thing. It's pretty simple, man. Like, you know, like what you put out, you're gonna get back. How you treat people is how you're gonna be treated, and that's just. I'm almost 60, and I've been out the house since 12, and you know what I'm saying, I'm on the outer net still. You know what I'm saying? The internet, I don't. You know, I use that for how I use it.
Right.
But other than that, I'm not living in it, and I don't live by it.
That's the thing you say right there, because that is the truth. The internet, social media, you know, motherfuckers is Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all this shit. If that's your way of, you know, being tough or being hype or creating a persona to where that's really not you, you know, that world is dangerous, because you can be, you know, out here, you know what I'm saying, to the point where you on the net and you say cyberbullying, whatever they call it. But if you like talking shit, and a lot of motherfuckers do this, like to celebrities. I don't know if you get a lot of it, but because of everything is exposed and current and shit is out there, motherfuckers will have an opinion about you and say some shit on one of these sites, social media sites.
That used to affect me because I didn't understand the transition of emotions with internet in real life. I was born before this shit. Yeah. So anything that was disrespect is deemed disrespect, and I've only dealt with it one way growing up. Now, within saying that, I've matured. I can't bark at every car that comes by now. I got kids, and I got to be able to show them a different way and show them restraint, and show them conflict resolution on a different level. What I can say is that the internet was formed by people that back in the day when there was no internet, you have a lot of people who just wasn't social, and they didn't know how to deal with being social and deal with being outside. They were introverts, and they were people that usually when you're introvert, you studied and you did things that would kind of like keep you, you know, because you're inside, so you're studying. These are kind of like the more ABC brainiac type people. But the people that are outside are dealing with life every day in their face. Whatever problems, it's in their face. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with some shit that you're not never gonna see, or who don't know who they are, after a while, it's like, who am I fooling? Y'all got that. Y'all say what you want. Say whatever you want, because you know what I'm saying, and believe what you want. This is my little line right here that I walk in every day. As long as you don't come in that line fucking with me, man, you know what I'm saying? You got that. I'm not. I remember when Twitter first came out. Said some disrespectful shit. I'm like, meet me so-and-so. And I'm sitting there waiting like an asshole for 8, 6, 7 hours with guns, and nobody never shows up. And I had to learn that shit. And even all my pages got shut down. I've had millions of people following me, and all of them got shut down because somebody said something, and I'll go back at them, and then they report me. I've never even know how to report somebody. So my thing is, I figured out, like, it really ain't that serious. Like, I really can survive without the internet. I really can keep making money without the internet. Like, I don't. Real talk, man. If I don't got it, fine. Like, I'm not putting my. I do know that is like smoke and mirrors. It does not exist. It is its own world, and that world is from people that I would never even be with, even on the outside. So what's the use?
Man, and I mean, the internet got a lot of overnight celebrities. See,
do we call them celebrities? Is that what they are?
Trolls.
They trolls. Influencers.
We just got through having that conversation about what is an influencer.
These are people with mental health issues who don't know how to deal with people who are social. They are actually in social. They are not social. These people's face get flushed. They have anxiety. These people don't know how to handle arguments or disagreements with people in person. person. So you can have that shit. Stay in your room, your house, whatever it is. That's your life. Live it through there. I'm outside anyway, so we're not gonna cross paths.
Right.
Yeah, they're in the virtual.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of what I was getting around to, where you dealing with motherfuckers who are real tough on the internet, but if you pulled up on their ass, you know what I'm saying?
But you're not gonna pull up.
And you're not gonna pull up
because they're gonna be in no place for you to pull up. Their life doesn't exist.
Right.
You might catch them at Chipotle, maybe. Maybe
Hey.
on a good day you might catch them at Chipotle.
And the fact that
You know
people
what I'm
be
saying?
green these days, so green.
Might
you
catch
can-
them
you
at
can catch
Office
anybody
Depot. I don't
slipping.
know.
Out of your run in the industry, what would you say was the pinnacle? What would you say?
Money wise was around like the early 2000s. I had a hit record traveling the world. We was making a few million a month from the source. I had produced a hit song on Nas's album. I mean, everything was just clicking on all cylinders. I had my first daughter, Koi. That was amazing because, I had my son, so I had a son and daughter, but then, I got indicted by the feds and things started. Anytime there's a pinnacle, it don't last that long. That's what people don't understand. You can't get too high in your life. You don't get too high and don't get too low. Even when you hit the lottery, just stay here, man. Because believe me, the higher you go, the longer the fall is. And when the longer the fall is gonna hurt, worse. Sure, the fall don't hurt that much. You get up and you keep it moving. Ain't nothing broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hustler. I hustled drugs since 12 all my life. My father was a drug dealer, a street guy, and that's all I ever knew. God gave me the opportunity to meet Dave Mays. Doors opened up. Hip hop I've known since a kid, and it's changed my life. It's kept me alive. It's made my kids financially independent, and I believe it's a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is.
Do you remember your introduction into the end? Like, what put your foot in the game?
Well, I mean, I always go back to getting shipped to New York. My grandfather's basement with my Uncle Eddie teaching me how to scratch at 10, 11 years old, like in 76, 77.
Okay.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? I was in the South Bronx. I was a couple of streets over from where Kool Herc, arguably, they said, started hip-hop. And, and Eddie had a group called Three the Hard Way. He was like my hero, my uncle, you know what I'm saying? I'm 10, 11 years old in New York. And, my grandfather had a German Shepherd named King. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like, started seeing Wild Style, the movie, and went back to Boston, got my own group, Almighty RSO, Made Men, performing, battling. I mean, hip hop is everything to me, man. It's everything. Man. I owe a lot to hip hop.
It's history right here,
Salute.
man. Salute. For sure. Because at the end of the day, we got to support our own, and especially cats that came in the game, made a lane for other people, not just they self. But for other people, like you gotta respect it. So I like to segue a little bit. I know we probably running out of a little time, but I do.
We pushed it back to 3 o'clock.
My brother, man, that is great. Shouts out to BLE Studios, man.
Shout out to
yeah.
We get Freck Belly.
Like I said, man, a lot of podcasters, they record at BLE and they respect it because Dave got the right equipment, man. I done seen podcasts where like you gotta have the light and everything gotta be right.
The light's amazing, but not just that though. Him and his wife are really amazing people.
Oh yeah,
to open their doors like this to the community to allow them to do this. I mean, it just don't happen. And that's we need more of that. We need more support with each other. When I see love, us loving each other, when I see us caring about each other, there's nothing better that can happen. I mean, this is what Malcolm, Martin, this is what all these guys died for. They all this is what all these guys actually died. They gave their lives for this. And with a lot of times we are disappointing them. I want this generation to understand they have a responsibility to carry it on, and the ones who do, then big up to them, and the ones who don't, shame on you.
Word. And I want to also say this was I like the way you did this. Orange, red. The chords yourself. You know what I'm saying? You applied yourself. You didn't have all this could have been black chords, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You picked that to even make it look.
Well, he knows not just look, but he knows that because now he knows what to control the micro thing because it's color coded on the board.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So now orange goes with. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Church.
Hey, so check it out. I want to shake it up a little bit. Recently, we've seen Vivica Fox come out talking about she ready to get married right now. So
There's nothing bad with that.
it's nothing wrong with that. It's not wrong with that at all.
Vivica Fox has been in this industry, entertainers for a long time, and it's hard to be married and have stable relationships.
Right.
And we should celebrate her wanting to be married because she's gave us all of her for all these years.
With no restrictions.
I mean,
Yeah,
come on,
she
man.
definitely has given us a lot. But I just want to ask, like, from a Kevin Samuels perspective,
Man,
you
rest
know,
in peace, Kevin Samuels.
Rest in peace to Kevin
Powerful
Samuels.
man. He's a very powerful man.
Definitely,
Very, very, very smart individual.
He definitely was, and he was one that, whether you liked what he said or not, you can't argue with data and statistics.
Facts versus feelings.
So-
That's what it was. Facts versus feelings.
So the whole point of that, my question is, I respect Vivica, you know, a lot of the women that's been in the industry that, you know, have, you know, pretty much Regina Hall, all these women that are there, looking at it
Black
from,
women, man.
Yeah.
It's hard in Hollywood for black women, man.
man, definitely ain't it?
Man.
So what you think about them on their come up, like how many guys they ghost, or how many guys they, you know, that ain't enough for them, and then when they get to the point where now they're 60, they want
I mean, it's the same thing with men.
cream of the crop.
It's the same thing with men, man. It's just as humans.
Yeah.
man. We in our younger years, we're preoccupied with a different way of thought. You get older, you get more mature, you start to slow down, and you want somebody to wake up to, and to support you and be there and be a friend. And it's just the same thing with me. I mean, I was running crazy in my younger years, man, and I didn't even. Unfortunately, I didn't value women. I didn't see the value in women, but to sleep with women. And thank God I got mature, and thank God that my ignorance got up out of me, because, man, you know what I've learned. And the value from a woman, I've learned a lot. And I probably still have more to learn. You know, you never stop learning. But the Vivica Foxes of the world, man, all the black women that entertain us, just know, man, it's Hollywood and black women, it's hard. And what they had to go through. And I'm sure they have the pick of the litter. They could pick whoever they want. But, you know, in this game, you get bored easily. And in this game, in this game, glitter is in front of your eyes more than anything. Like your vision becomes glittery. So, you know what I'm saying? So the guy that might be the great one for you, you're not even seeing him because you're looking at the guy who's glittering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the entertainment world.
To switch lanes just a little bit, Love and Hip Hop, that whole experience. Can you give us some gems about what it is to shoot reality television shows?
Man, reality TV is an emotional roller coaster. It's an experience.
Say less.
You know, especially when you have feelings for a woman.
Yeah.
Me, I swear I've always been like, you have never known. Like I've dated a lot of high profile women.
Yeah.
You never know it. I've always kept a real low key type of stature when it comes to women. Very private. You know.
But a lot of
hard to be private.
Love and Hip Hop, there's 5 cameras.
Yeah.
And then
I was just gonna say that.
and then they're purposely trying to get you caught up.
Right.
They're purposely trying to play on your dysfunctional situation of whatever you're doing with the girl you're with and the girl that you're still dealing with or you should deal with. And that, unfortunately, has become our entertainment somehow. I don't know how that became funny, but, you know, it did. I came with Stevie. You know, I think
shout out to Stevie J.
Stevie don't get enough flowers for like kind of blowing up reality TV, because reality TV was really for women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Men were the ones who was getting shitted on. Like, make no mistake.
For real.
They was never supposed to be stars in reality TV. It was always supposed to be the women. When Sleaze got casted, that's all she wrote. Because Sleaze brought in the triangle offense. It's never been done before. On no reality TV show.
Yeah, he definitely.
He had Mimi and Jocelyn find out about each other on TV. That never ever happened.
Yeah, that was some player
then
shit.
From there, that was Love and Hip Hop storyline for everybody. You got to be a guy with 2 women and then watch it play out, and that's the entertainment. When I went on there, you know, I outsmarted them. I'm like, every chick I talk to is just going to be them. I'm not even going to cheat in real life. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna love them and do everything right because I know what I'm up against. I know what the producers are back there trying to do, and I'm not gonna allow them to do that. So that's why a lot of times the women, look, the women know we all ain't perfect. The women know that entertainers are players, but at least the women that did see me said, you know what, Zeno's trying and he's all right, and I still get that today. I ain't been on Love and Hip Hop in 7 years, and you would have thought I just filmed yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Shouts out,
the love
man.
the love I get from Love and Hip Hop is crazy. Shout out to all my women out there that watched it and still appreciate it. Remember, I was really only on, I was 1 through 3, but 1 through 3 seasons. 1 through 3 seasons. 1 through 3 seasons, but the last season it was just so strong. I got shot going to my mom's funeral. I got engaged to Althea. We was having a baby. My mom's passed. Like, so much happened in real life to me during that season that I think a lot of people, like, they cried when I got shot. They prayed for me. Like, you don't understand. Like, to this day, older women will come up to me and just grab me and just hold me and be like, I prayed for you. Man. You know what I'm saying? When that was going on. So, man, I mean, listen, it's a blessing, man. I swear, man, it's a blessing, and I take nothing for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Shouts out, man. Benzino in the motherfucking house.
Right.
It's the way I see things. You know how we do. I got one more question before we cease to exist, at least in this space and time. BBLs.
Oh.
God for BBLs.
Not with it. Don't support it.
I'm an ass man, man. There be a lot of flat asses around this motherfucker. BBLs, man.
Hey,
I'm old fashioned.
I just want to get your take on it.
Listen, first of all,
Yeah.
medical advances in anything are great. Eyes, whatever. I mean, but when you take a woman who might not have a big ass, and you're able to transfer fat from other places of her body that would not be useful to her, in her ass, to make that motherfucker look good, well, then shout out to all the doctors out there who's perfecting it. Now I know when it first started, it was you had to get it right. Yeah. But we're in a time now that you cannot deny that these women are making themselves absolutely beautiful with BBLs. And hey, listen, man, ain't nothing the matter with it. Be careful when you're doing it.
Right.
You know, because I know they go through a lot. They go through blood transfusions, and people have died. You got to make sure that you're in great health before you get there. Don't go there so unhealthy. Like Meg said, the gym still. The problem with BBLs is this, ladies. If you think you're gonna get a BBL, but then still think you're gonna eat everything in sight, that's gonna mess it up, because what's gonna happen is they've tightened things up. There's nowhere for the fat to go, and it's gonna make your body disproportionate. You're gonna have to keep going under the knife. So at least if you're getting a start from a BBL, get your ass in the gym and maintain it.
Yeah, I just want to speak on it because a girl died that I know. I know y'all heard the story about the little girl that was at Dallas and she died in a hotel from a BBL.
Yeah, I heard
from
about
St.
that.
Louis. She went to Hazelwood Central with me, and me and her wasn't fond of one another. But I got to respect her, for what she got the money. She did what she was doing in the streets, but she went there. And the dude was just on some shady shit and fucked her up, man. And it was hard. My high school, everybody took that hard. That's why I can't fuck with
this been going on. Y'all gotta remember Farrah Fawcett, man. She got fake titties way back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying?
For a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
Dolly Parton.
Beverly Hills been getting fake titties forever.
Yeah.
Well,
It just happened it's just that we got the ass in order now, and there's nothing the matter with that.
But not the.
Go ahead.
Not the sidebar, but
Go ahead, Pimp.
It was a lot of trans that started doing that crap, and they was putting doggone fixer flat in them and all kinds of stuff, and
that just doesn't make common sense to put shit that you put in the walls in your ass. So,
right.
You gotta have common sense, people.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a lot of a lot of blacks don't have that type of money to get it done right in the first place. So they were going around just trying to do this silicone and all kinds of stuff, and they were virtually dying from that. So I know the BBLs got a frowny face. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, I don't know whether they all remember Pebbles the model.
Yeah. She was managing TLC.
Pebbles the model.
Pebbles the model. I think you're talking about Pebbles the.
No, she was Pebbles the model. She was like she was like a world star type of figure.
Okay.
And she was in a lot of rappers' videos and things of that nature. And matter of fact, the show that she did with me and the late Mr. Biggs, aka the last Mr. Biggs, in Colombia, she got arrested and she did 7 years because she was with a chick that helped another chick from Atlanta. The butt lift or whatever you want to call it. And when she died, they wrapped up everybody. They locked up the girl that was doing it. Pebbles, the model, the works. You know what I'm saying? So for it to get to the sense of actually using the cellulite or the extra flab, it's a great accomplishment at this point because they're not adding all that other stuff in it. There's been countless people that done died behind that BBL before it got
they ain't using the fix-it flat no more.
Yeah, and they were using silicone fix it flat. You know, you hit the chest, and it's, you know, they wasn't even using the whole piece like silicone. They was actually injecting the silicone. So
I mean, listen, man, do your homework, do your research, ladies, and make sure.
Do. And what he said earlier, it's okay if you go to a doctor. Keyword doctor. Don't go. Yeah,
you got to be careful when you go out of the country.
Yeah,
because them doctors ain't under no regulations. I just know that.
But more or less, one of the rules of Maslow's hierarchy is self-esteem. So at the end of the day, have the self-esteem that you don't have to change anything that was made.
So you don't like BBLs?
I like fat asses, but I mean, naturally.
Have you ever messed with somebody with a BBL?
I have.
And you had fun?
It was cool. But I understood she wasn't for me. She was for the streets. Because of,
BBL ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well, just her in particular.
Right, that's her.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I met her at a strip club and she had it.
Right. There you
know
go.
What I'm saying? But those are
like you met her at the Cheesecake Factory.
Right. You know? No, it wasn't. But
at the bar.
But at that time, that's who was really doing the most.
Right.
Strippers. Right. So yeah, it just was. I mean, it was alright, but I preferred the natural.
It was alright. Come on.
It was alright. I mean, I had, if you had women, you've had them fake tits, fake everything.
Well, let's say Bernice Burgos wants to go somewhere on a weekend with you. Well, you gonna say no?
I have to check with my wife currently. But if this was pre-marriage, I'll fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I understood what Bernice Burgos is, what she was, what she getting into,
No, but I'm just saying, just bring her to the beach and look at her.
Yeah, I'm going to have some fun, yeah.
You're not going to be mad at that BBL.
No, I wouldn't. And there's some that do it right and some that don't.
Is hers right?
I think Bernice, she got the capital to go to a real doctor.
Right, so you're not going to be mad? You ain't going to be mad?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Here we go.
But it is some out here that look quite buffoonish. And they don't.
No, there's some bad ones now. There's some bad ones.
Yeah, you slept on the wrong side of the bed. There's some
Dollar Tree General BBLs out there.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you, women already was doing eyelashes, fingernails, and all that other stuff. So when the BBL came, you got regular housewives that were emulating the girls from the strip club and stuff because their men were going.
But you got to understand, look, when I grew up, there was absolutely no BBLs.
That's correct.
All right, like none. So you had to get what you got,
right,
and been satisfied. And nobody batted an eye. We still thought they were beautiful.
Yes,
afros, short afro.
Right.
It wasn't no weaves. It wasn't no Brazilian. It wasn't no long inch bundles.
Yeah.
We are gonna adapt to what it is, and we're gonna find beauty in it.
Mm-hmm.
But right now these BBLs they're doing them good. What else are we gonna do?
We're finding beauty in it.
Well, I mean, we're doing what you said.
It's not your beauty, it's your booty.
Virtually, the women are competing against themselves. It's not like they're gonna take them home anyway.
Yeah, because they did a poll. They was on the street, and the guy was asking women, would you get a BBL and do you think men want them? Like, want you to have them? And then it was like, yeah. But then when they asked the men, what do you prefer, BBL or natural? Every man said natural. So
them niggas is bullshit. Niggas are gonna say whatever they want to say. That's what we live now.
Do say
I'm sticking to natural. I'm sticking to natural. I don't give a fuck who like. I'm sorry, man. It's just something.
Niggas will stick to natural, but these niggas will holler at it.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right then, whatever it is, stick to natural and say if you got BBL, I don't even want you.
Yeah.
Do that. I bet you won't do that. Ain't no fucking way.
For all the ladies that's out there, I want to let you know something. BBL or not, we're still going to fuck you.
Yeah.
You heard the man. Still fucking.
You ain't got a BBL.
Right. Yeah. Who said that?
I
Cat
just
Williams.
promote them just having self-love. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Word.
Man.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Love what your God gave you and be happy.
Yeah, and do it safely. Don't
Do it safe.
No silicone.
Yeah, definitely that. Do it safe.
So last question of the day. Shouts out to Benzino, Pimp Nadillac, for joining us on the Way I See Things. This shit will be on YouTube later in the week. So I do want to ask you, being that, hip hop is where a lot of careers start, where do you think in the next decade, the next 10 years, where hip hop is going to be?
Man, I'm scared. Shit. Nah, honestly, man, because
I think you're speaking for all
there's
of
no,
us.
we was the gatekeepers, man. There's no organization anymore. There's no gatekeepers. It's all over the place. Hip hop at one point was the leader of everything. They was in the front, and now, unfortunately, hip hop is following social media.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't even have to have any real type of talent. You could just be a personality. And, I just, is with the chaos and things that people do to get clicks and comments now, who's to say what they're going to be doing in 10 years? So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
Well, that's my generation.
You was from Tampa. You say you was in Tampa, right?
Yeah, I lived in Tampa.
All right. Did you hear about this? Listen, and I don't want y'all to go listen for this motherfucker either.
All right.
It was a dude that was rapping that was actually wearing a wedding dress, giving a rifle some fertilio in a video for likes.
All right, but guess what? There's a lot of rappers who just rap normal. You didn't mention. You mentioned him. So what he did worked. And that's what I'm talking about. They're doing it so you can mention. If you would have never mentioned him if you didn't see that.
Right.
All right? Hold on. But there's many rappers that you didn't see that just rap.
Yeah.
You're not mentioning them.
Right.
You're mentioning him. And it's working.
And it's giving
that's
him
my
clout.
You just gave what I just
I
said.
said, forget what I said.
Hey, but
he doesn't
shit.
exist.
Hey, but I was trying to figure out. It's about 10, 20
He was
cats
in your area.
from Tampa. I don't know them, but I know it's other artists that to do shock value and to do all this stuff to get that extra attention. They're pretty much selling their soul, because at the end of the day, the art is supposed to be art. Regardless of how you paint the picture or how they paint it. If you're using watercolors or if they using some abstract shit, respect my art. I'll respect yours, and on the grand space, everything should be heard if it's worth listening to, not somebody behind the scenes, dictating what's getting played and what's not getting played. Because it's cats that I know, I don't even look for them on the radio because I know they're not going to play that shit. But just real music has to come back, and
it was dead. My generation.
Nas said it.
How old are you, man? How old are you?
I am 33.
So
I'm the bridge between the Z and the X's and the boomers. So when y'all speak on in the hip 10 years, that's me.
Yeah,
It's looking grim for you.
But that's the thing. The millennial class, we bite off y'all generation.
Y'all niggas is not. Nah, you didn't bite booty hole black and brown off us.
That's Zias though. That's the Zias though.
That didn't come from us.
Look at her age.
That shit didn't come from us.
I don't know where her age group though.
But I say that in
I
more
appreciate
of
that. I ain't gonna ever do that again.
more of a.
I appreciate that, really.
I got you.
But
not like it just happens. That's how it happens. The social media makes the person, and that's what we're talking about. That's why I told you, social media leads hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just talked about the crazy shit that he did when there's so many guys who are just rapping out there that you would never mention.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It's the bullshit that's leading right now.
Right.
And this generation is, not all of them, but a good majority of them is in that lead right now with that bullshit.
And shout out to Omega, because the whole point is I'm not picking at a certain genre inside of the genre. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we got the culture.
A lot of this shit's trash. Say what it is, though.
A lot of this shit
shouldn't even be out.
Right. And it's on the sub. It should be on the sub.
Back in the day, you wouldn't even make a song if you wasn't dope. Right now, like you don't have there's no. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even grab the mic. You know what I'm saying? Now
they took the A&Rs out.
No filters.
No A&Rs is
anybody. Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Right.
You know
if you got 10,000 people subscribe to you on YouTube, and you got 1 million listeners. Don't matter what the
if
fuck
you're a female that shows her titties and ass all day, then you got a chance.
You got a chance.
You ain't even got to have an 8th grade diploma at this point.
Yeah, you right. You
so what's in the works for Benzino? You got anything coming up? Anything new you working on?
Man, I just the documentary. You know what I'm saying? We still with that in the works. And I don't like to. You know what I'm saying? Like I just I'm just staying in shape and staying ready for when the doors of opportunity open, because that's what it is. God gonna keep open these invisible doors for you. It's up to you to go through them and take advantage. And it surely isn't gonna stay in your lap. You got to go out there and get it. Right. Your block isn't the world.
Yeah.
You got to get out there, and it's a big world out here, big country. You got to get out here. You got to be a people person. If you're only for you and your guys, it'll never work. It'll never ever work. If the only thing you care about is you and your block, it'll never work. You know what I'm saying? Because you make music for the world, not for your block. And your block's not buying it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to let them listen to it for free. And that's where it's going to stay, right there. If you don't open your mind, get your shit together, put some love into this, into this music and hip hop, and maybe he'll love you back. If not, you're just fooling yourself. You're gonna be chasing it's like a dog chasing his tail. That's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I mean, that shows me that dogs ain't that smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just chase their own fucking tail and they go in a circle. That's what ends up happening to you.
Man, exactly. And you heard it here. The Way I See Things. I'm Wise King Leo X. I got Pimp Nadalac in the building. Benzino, the original made man. I got Omega Edwards in the back. He's up next, like he said. And I got Romy Rome over on the right side, my right, your left. But we gonna go ahead and sign out. And before we do that, play one from one of my albums here called The Turn Up Kings. I'm ready. We ready.
Appreciate you.
Hey man, we appreciate you, brother. Yeah, it's shit. This is epic. Yeah.
They don't want these issues.
Yeah.
They don't want these issues. No, they don't. They don't want these issues.
We still in here.
Well, hand them niggas some tissue. I ain't waiting till the horns blow. I'm always ready to ride for mine, so I welcome y'all to the gun show. I'm Allen when he had them cornrows. Disrespect me, cause I'm the one that will go. Maniac psycho, like Michael or Jason, but not them A-Raps, ISIS. Man, this black fist is so righteous. I'm coming for my 40 acres, fuck a mule. Nigga with an attitude like Ice Cube, what I wanna do? Feel like it's 1992 and they handing out death certificates. Kill us all as they final move. But I made